success is great, but it's not what defines you. It's what you do during your failure that defines you. So for me, I just think that don't base everything on your successes. When you fail, it's what you do with that failure that's going to make you who you are at some point in your life. I'm Tiffany Denson, and I live in Birmingham, Alabama, and I own T.Lish Salad Dressings and Marinades. I'm a condiment queen, I suppose. I went to Auburn, graduated in '95 in radio, television, and film. You know, I wasn't a liberal arts major at first. I was in health and nutrition, and it just wasn't for me. I realized I couldn't be good at everything, but I could give everything my best. And so that's what I really tried to do. And it was really once I got into my major that I really began to enjoy college. We moved to Birmingham. My husband bought a real estate company in 2006. So I had two little ones at the time, and I think we can all remember when the market in 2009 took a crash. And it was at that time that things had to change in my household. And like I said, I was staying home with my kids and loving every minute of that. But I had to do something. So I worked 4 jobs, all little jobettes actually, and they were just kind of part-time things that I pieced together, but I had to feed my family. So I did, and one of those jobs was making salad dressing right here on this counter and selling it at the Pants Store, which is a clothing store here in Birmingham. It's more than a pants store. My father was a paint manufacturer with no education, and he developed all the products on his own, and he did it in a lab, and I do it in a kitchen, and I love to take a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and take maybe 4 recipes and collaborate them into one. And I love cooking. It's what makes me happy. After about 7 or 8 months, I was selling 700 to 900 jars a month. And a grocery store called me and said, would you want to get serious about making dressing? So I took the leap. Well, I definitely think liberal arts is something that really, it's good for anybody. It teaches teamwork. I think more so, I look back at my classes and it may not have been the content sometimes of what I learned, but it was the collaborative efforts that went on. It was the ability to be creative in classes, and it's those sort of things that have kind of fostered where I am today. So I definitely think it helped kind of take me on the right path after college. I'm at a point as an entrepreneur that you get to a point, and anybody that's going to take this route is going to get to a point where you have to sit back and say, I have done what I can do. I need help. We are only capable of doing so much by ourselves. And I'm a firm believer. My father always said, you've got to put the right people in the right seats on the bus. And so that's kind of where T.Lish is right now. We're in the process of potentially doing some capital fundraising, bringing in a national sales team, hiring PR people, and getting the story out there, because you can have product on every shelf in America, but if no one knows who you are, it doesn't really matter. Auburn has been terrific to me since I've graduated. And again, cliche, I know, but I can pick up the phone, I can call someone at the alumni center within the liberal arts department, and everyone's always willing to help. It's funny how often I've gone back to Auburn, and now I'm going to hopefully be working with the Auburn MBA program and developing a really strong business plan. So don't underestimate what Auburn can do for you post-graduation, that's for sure. I think that most people that would take an entrepreneurial route, they're dreamers. They dream big. And I believe when you stop dreaming, you start dying. So dreaming is a great thing, but we also tend to fantasize about how great things can be. And while they can be, living a life of an entrepreneur is difficult, and it's slow, and it takes patience, and it takes a lot of grit and a lot of endurance. And there's days where you want to just throw your hands up, but then the reward comes of seeing your work. I was 38 before I fell into this path. So I think don't get down on yourself. I mean, I think that that's so much of liberal arts graduates, because we are creative and we want to own our own companies and we dream big. This is who the liberal arts graduate is. And it can be very frustrating because you want to get to here. It's going to take a while. So I don't know. I think that sometimes probably our graduates have the most tenacity compared to others. I am Tiffany Denson. I am the founder and owner of T.Lish Dressings and Marinades, and this is my Auburn story. War Eagle.